How mental health is conceptualized in Taoist philosophy. As you might already know, Taoist philosophy does not treat the body and mind as distinct entities. According to Taoist classics, human life is sustained by the qi and blood flow that courses through the vital organ systems and supports both physical and mental functions of a person. Whether a person is healthy or not depends on how effective his qi and blood flow support the harmonious interaction among the different organ systems, and how well the organ systems adapt to the seasonal changes. This line of thought is best articulated in an early Han Dynasty text, Huainanzi, or Master Huainan. This text was presented to Emperor Liu Che in 139 BCE by the king of Huainan, Liu An. Liu An was a grandson of the Han Dynasty founder Liu Bang. His father, Liu Chang, was the younger brother of the fifth Han Emperor Liu Heng. But Liu Chang was exiled for treason in 174 BCE when Liu An was only 5 years old. Liu Chang killed himself during his exile. 10 years later, Emperor Liu Heng carved up the territory of Huainan Kingdom into 3 small kingdoms and awarded the largest one under the title of King Huainan to Liu An. Liu An loved reading and music and was a scholar himself. He gathered several thousand scholars, engineers, alchemists, swordsmen, and many other people with talents at his court. One of the major projects his scholar accomplished was the Encyclopedia Huainanzi, or the Encyclopedia of Master Huainan. The book consists of 21 volumes covering all the known knowledge, including the most advanced medical knowledge of the time. Thoughts on human body, mental and physical health, and disorders are discussed in many volumes. But most of the medical discussion is presented in Volume 7 in the title of 精神训, or a treatise on the body and the mind. Huainanzi, or the Encyclopedia of Master Huainan, was translated into English in 2010 by John Major and others. I have posted the link to this book in the description section if you would like to check out this book. In Huainanzi, both mental and physical health are articulated in terms of qi and blood flow. The terminology used are jing and shen. Jing often represent one's energy level as in the phrase of 精力 or energy. I have explained the term shen before. Here's the link to my video clip for this term. It suffices to say here that the shen often refers to a person's cognitive functions, such as thinking, memory, reasoning, and decision-making, etc. So, shen can be roughly rendered as mind. I also need to point out that the shen has a religious origin, referring to the gods of heaven and earth, as well as human beings' ability to feel and perceive the divine power, even participate in God's creation. So, I also translate shen as illuminated insight in some places. There is also another claim made in the Taoist philosophy on health. That is, we should adapt our physical activity and mental states to the seasonal changes in order to achieve physical and mental health. This idea was first articulated in detail in another Taoist text, 吕氏春秋, or the Chronicle of Master Lu. I have posted several videos about Master Lu and his grandeur work, 吕氏春秋, or the Chronicle of Master Lu. Here's a link to my first video. For the moment, it is sufficient for us to recall that he was the sponsor of the first emperor's father before he was old enough to govern the kingdom of Qin. In other words, Master Bu-wei was the philosopher king when he ruled the Qin kingdom. 吕氏春秋, or the Chronicle of Master Lu, was intended as the manual for training the first emperor Yingzheng before he was capable of taking over the throne. So, this text had a huge influence at the Qin and early Han Dynasty during the formative years of classical Chinese medical theories. So, aligning one's mental state and physical activities with the seasonal changes became an essential part of the theoretical framework of traditional Chinese medicine. All these ideas are integrated and articulated systematically to form the philosophical framework for traditional Chinese medical theorization and clinical practice in the most important medical text, 黄帝内经, or the Yellow Emperor's classic of internal medicine. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher specialized in classical Chinese philosophies, professional ethics, and the philosophy of medicine. I'm also passionate about classical Chinese poetry and philosophy and make videos about the classical Chinese poetry and history, philosophies, and traditional Chinese medicine. Please click the like button and subscribe my channel. Your support is very important to me. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on this subject. So, if you would like to learn more about these subjects, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.